Have you ever looked at an old building and wondered what it's seen? I mean, really seen? Today, we're talking about a place that's more than just stone and mortar. We're talking about Wawel Castle, a building that basically is the story of Poland.
And that's really the big question, isn't it? How can one place hold all of that? Well, we're going to dive in and see exactly how Wawel Castle does it, how its very walls tell a story of triumph, struggle, and the spirit of a nation. So, our story starts right in the heart of Krakow, Poland. And you've got to understand, Wawel isn't just a castle perched on a hill. It's more like a living document where every stone is a word and every tower is a chapter in Poland's history. So what is Wawel Castle really? Well, it's a bit of a chameleon. It's been a home for kings, a fortress to keep enemies out, and maybe most importantly, this powerful, enduring symbol of Polish identity. And the crazy part? It's often been all of those things at the very same time. All right, so to really get this, we have to look at how the castle itself changed over time. It wasn't just built overnight. Nope, it evolved. Kind of like a living thing, with each new era adding its own layer, its own style, right onto the existing structure. And this is where it gets really cool, because the architecture tells the story perfectly. You start back in the 12th century with this heavy Romanesque fortress, all about defense, all about survival. Then fast forward to the 14th century, and it gets this Gothic makeover showing more confidence, more power. And then the 16th century hits, and bam, it blossoms into this gorgeous Renaissance palace. That was Poland announcing to the world, hey, we've arrived. I mean, look at this. It couldn't be clearer. The whole focus just shifts. On one hand, you have the early castle, built for one purpose, defense. Thick walls, big towers, pure power. Then you look at the Renaissance palace, and it's all about art, culture, and influence. You can literally see the nation's priorities changing right there in the stonework. And that leads us right into the 16th century, which was, without a doubt, Wawel's golden age. This is the moment the castle steps onto the main stage, not just as a strong fort, but as a genuine hub of European culture and power. And you have to get this. We're not just talking about Poland. We're talking about the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth, which was this huge, powerful, multicultural state, one of the absolute giants in Europe at the time. Wawel Castle was its nerve center. Think of it as the White House and the Louvre all rolled into one. But it wasn't all just serious politics, not by a long shot. Just try to imagine it. You've got royal courts making huge decisions in one room, while in another, the era's most famous artists and musicians are sharing their new work. It must have been an absolutely electric place to be. Now things change, right? Eventually, the capital moved to Warsaw, so you might think Wawel's story was over. But here's the twist. Its political job faded, but it became something even more important. It became the symbolic heart of Poland, a touchstone for the nation, especially during tough times. This list just perfectly sums up its incredible resume, doesn't it? It's worn so many hats. But look at that one, National Necropolis. The fact that Polish kings, queens, and national heroes are actually buried there, well, that cements it as sacred ground. It's not just where they lived, it's part of their eternal legacy. So as we move into more modern times, Wawel's importance didn't just fizzle out. Nope. In fact, it got this huge international stamp of approval in one specific, really important year, the year 2000. And getting that UNESCO designation was a massive deal. It's not just a local award, it's the entire world officially saying, hey, this place is special, its story is part of our shared human story. It's a landmark that belongs to everyone. So what about today? Is it just some dusty old relic behind a velvet rope? No way. Wawel is still very much a living, breathing landmark, playing a huge part in Polish life right now. I love this quote because it just nails it. When you walk through the castle courtyards, you are literally surrounded by different centuries. You'll see a Romanesque wall next to a Gothic tower, right across from a Renaissance archway. You are walking through a physical timeline of Poland's history. And this kind of breaks down what it's up to these days. Of course, it's a massive tourist attraction and a world-class museum. It hosts concerts and events. But look, underlying all of that is its main job, being a national symbol. It's still the heart of the nation. It's still doing it all. So we've seen how this one place has been a fortress, a palace, a cultural hub, and a national soul.
It's a record of an entire country's journey, written right there in stone for everyone to see. And that just leaves you with one final thought. After all it's been through, what will its next chapter be?